This is 30 minutes long. Which ones of these do you want me to watch? You're the Birdie. I know quite a lot about Birdie. I know quite a lot about almost every character. But Birdie, I actually mained for a bit. So I think I know pretty much everything about Birdie. Very close to everything. This red Ryu. Birdie Ryu is, it's alright. You gotta pick your battles carefully. Holding a Zonk is kind of a good idea. Maybe Roundhouse, because it lets you go through fireballs from ranges like this. But you shouldn't be releasing it randomly. You can release it on reaction. I don't want to see Zonks like that. Those are really risky. This guy isn't really throwing fireballs that much. That was nice. It's good to do that when the opponent has a lot of white health. It's a bit gimmicky, but, you know, it's got a good success rate and high reward. That was nice. Get your V-trigger. Oh, you got him. The light one? No, light one leaves him point blank. That was the medium one. Why not use the light one? They're pretty much the same, right? But the light one leaves you close. You want to be close to Ryu at health like that. I think the light one leaves you point blank, doesn't it? Short might have been a punish there. You need to low strong these jumps. This guy's jumping a lot. He's like he's doing a lot of jumps and not throwing a lot of fireballs. And he's also very desperate once he's... You shouldn't have jumped there. You got him in the corner. You don't need to do anything. You should just poke him with like stand strong and shit. Crouch medium kick. Stand medium kick. Maybe like sweep or towards fierce even if you're feeling particularly daring. Okay. That was alright. I like the reset. You could have actually anti-aired him there. It's a shame because now you're punishable. I don't even think you need me to tell you what you needed to do there. Even stand strong into strong dash punch would have been enough. There you go. There's that low strong. And that's the correct punish. You could have done crouch fierce there, but I like what you did. Okay. That comes out pretty fast, and I think it's not that unsafe. You're a bit hungry with that. Ooh. That was a brave jump from him. I don't really like cancels into chain that much. Nice anti-air. No, way too slow. You have to do stand strong there, I think. When you're whiff punishing, you've got to make different considerations than when you're doing normal punishes. Generally, you just need speed. That was a really good bullhorn. You seemed pretty confident against this guy. You had like a nice little game plan going. I think you were a bit too active. You were pushing a mix-up every single time you were in. Like, jumping out was pretty good for him because you didn't do that many block strings, and uppercuts would have been good for him if he did any. I think you could have, like, approached and then done nothing a bit more to decent success. It's okay to approach and do nothing. I like the forward dash. You were jumping too much earlier. Forward dash is always pretty good. That was a good range to forward jump, I think. If you empty jump there and he uppercut, oh, he's getting you with a lot of random stuff right now. Please anti-air these jumps. That's like the second one you failed to anti-air. Anti-air parry is kind of a bad idea from Ryu because it could just be an empty jump throw. He'd be better off just uppercutting you, but whatever. Okay, you got paid off for that one. I still don't really like all your jumping. You should be using your pokes a bit more. Oh no, that's punishable. He doesn't know the punishes though. I'm pretty sure Ryu can low strong that, right? Something like that. He can uppercut you easily. You're lucky he's so preemptive. This guy's giving you a lot. His poor execution. Lack of matchup knowledge. He's basically not throwing fireballs, which makes things very easy for you. There's one. You preempted it somehow. Again with the medium chain. That's medium, right? Medium chain is something you really want to do with characters you want to keep away. Like Zangief or something. Most enemies you want to keep in. I'm pretty sure medium and light chain... Oh, you were a bit late. I think that would have worked. Every time you pull out the chain, you need to remember that it tends to make people to want to jump. And this guy's already jumping a lot, so I think that you could stand to anti-air a lot more. Like, you're fucking up a couple anti-airs. Ugh. But I think your bigger problem is that just, like, you know, Even when you're not doing anything else, you don't. Anti-air. Wake up EX command grab is not very good. If you're gonna wake up with anything, it's EX Anchor Bust. What the hell? You threw that one away. You made like 3 really hard reads in a row. That's safe, right? Pretty sure. That's a nice jab. That was a nice bullhorn. You got lucky. Oh, was that a punish? Probably not. Oh, you're dead. No, you're not. He's feeling generous. Okay, yeah, you are. You did a lot of random unsafe stuff. I would say that was your problem in that round. You just made a bunch of hard reads that like weren't probably gonna work, and you did a lot of you were too daring on wake up. If your opponent doesn't screw up, then a wake up throw isn't gonna work. There's no mix up there. You're just relying on your opponent's error, which is always bad. That was a good forward dash. It was kind of scary because he forward dashed too. Don't do that from that range. Oh, that could have been a zonk, but what you got was okay. That could have been stand strong. Stand strong is the button you should always be ready to hit in a situation where you get a punish. Yeah, you kind of do have no neutral game. You kind of just get in and then like make some kind of ham read. There's way too much unsafe stuff. You're not poking nearly enough. Birdie's pokes do okay in this matchup. Ryu's normals are a little stubby. You're not using stand strong. You're not really. You haven't hit like. You're using stand strong a bit. You haven't hit low forward like at all. You're only alive right now because this Ryu doesn't know his punishes. Way too slow. I don't blame you though, because that was a light uppercut from the looks of things, and most people are only used to punishing medium uppercut because medium uppercut's the only invincible one. You're not blocking nearly enough. That was a nice little poke. And you're doing so much random stuff. Like, you're playing the safest grappler. You don't need to make these ham reads. Yeah, I said crouch forward, stand forward a minute ago. I like both of them. In, like, almost every matchup. That's nice. That's a nice juggle. You only use that stand strong as, like, a fucking tick throw. I'd like to see you use it for other stuff. Yeah, I don't like the way that played out. You looked okay in the first round, but then it became really clear that you didn't really, like, you didn't have a way of attacking him. Here's some words. Alright, Dhalsim Birdie is legitimately a little hard. I've seen this one a lot. I think it's probably like 6-4. I think Dhalsim probably beats Birdie. I do think there are certain things Birdie can do to make it much better. One of them is get to V-trigger as soon as possible, because Birdie's V-trigger helps a lot in this matchup. That's a good jab. Birdie has a couple other normals you can use there. Low strong is probably the best one. But it's good to be able to do that. That was a good jump, actually. You've got him in a really dangerous scenario. Yeah, meaty stand short was a very intelligent idea, because that's your most, like, plus attack. You should be doing meaty stand short almost every time, I feel like. Like, there's not really anything Dhalsim can do to, like, do anything about meaty stand short. And it punishes him if he's trying to jump out of, like, command grabs or anything like that. And that's really his only way out of command grabs, is jumping. Ugh, I don't like that. You should have low strong that. Should always be ready for Dhalsim's teleport. That's like the big thing that killed you. That like led to all his momentum. If I were you, I'd probably be wondering, oh no, my goodness. Yeah, you couldn't contest that like that. You need to hit low strong in these teleports. Towards Fierce would probably get you a little bit of mileage. Towards Fierce is a little unsafe. Dhalsim can punish it, but his punishes I think are very good against it. And Towards Fierce, it's pretty easy to get a counter hit against Dhalsim, and it's very easy to punish a poke with it using the armor. You need to low strong these teleports. This is really bad. Low strong is really tall. Very commonly, Dhalsim will try and get you to block a fireball, and like an EX fireball, and then teleport right then. You can easily counter that just by jumping over the fireball, or neutral jumping it. Scripting is, it's not theoretically over, but you know, I'm looking at some. Ooh, some matches. V-Trigger is really good because you get armor on your bull, bull, bullheads, which makes them really good against his pokes. But you have a normal with armor, and I'd like to see you pull that out every now and then. It forces Dhalsim to block if he wants to punish it. And it does a lot of damage if you ever get a counter hit with it. And kind of a lot of damage even if you just hit with it. It's pretty hard in this matchup to get opened up. Dhalsim's only real ways of opening you up are his instant air jab and shit like that. I don't like that low jab. Low strong is so much better because it does more damage and it goes higher. I like the food. Food is really good against Dhalsim. Like, you can play full screen. Don't be afraid to. Dhalsim can't hit you from full screen unless he does an instant teleport, and instant teleports are really risky for him. You can eat lots of donuts in this matchup. And that lets you get into V-Trigger really quick. You can punish that with Bullhead, I think. Yeah, V-Skill, this is a matchup where your V-Skill is really important. This is probably the one matchup where you need to use V-Skill the most. The banana is good, the cane is good, the donut is good. They all do a lot of work in this matchup. There's way too many random teleports from this Dhalsim that you're not punishing. That was just mistimed. I say hang back more. I mean, you can try and go in, but I say hang back more and eat more donuts when you're kind of too far away to do anything else. That was good. It's like a borderline dizzy. Dhalsim has no good way out here. Yeah. All right, I like that combo. You didn't really need to burn that bar, did you? I think you could have won without burning that bar. I'd have liked to see you win meterless. EX didn't really do anything above normal command grab there either. EX is mostly better for its better damage. Alright, that's a decent response. Low strong is still better. What'd you do? Unfortunate. That's pretty good. Ugh, that low jab was so bad. It prevented you from getting a good punish. You can V-reversal that, and it's a pretty good idea. Anytime Dhalsim cancels into V-trigger from a stand strong or a low forward, V-reversal is pretty nice, because it interrupts it. You burn one of your V-bars, but you burn both of his. This kind of is a Zangief style Birdie. I don't think you realize how passive Birdie is compared to the other grapplers. Or rather, I shouldn't say how passive he is, because you don't have to play him passive. How passive he can be. All the other grapplers kind of need to take risks more so than Birdie does. Birdie is a very, like... I don't know. I guess he's just passive. Birdie's a very passive grappler. Birdie does not need to introduce the mix-up. Birdie can play purely by pokes and defense. He gets a lot of opportunities, so he can wait and watch between his opportunities. Nice donut. Round star donut is always good. This guy's already pulled out two fireballs really fast. I'd probably be thinking a little bit about the chain. Jump. You weren't ready. Low strong would have anti-aired that. I don't really like that bullhorn. Oh, please, stand strong. Every punish opportunity, you should be looking for that stand strong. Stand strong, medium bullhead. Very important bread and butter combo. Stop doing that from that close. You need to do it from closer, or like, you need to like neutral jump these fireballs, I feel like. I wouldn't be just whiffing that. I like that you're spacing out with that low jab. That low jab is really good. You could stand to hit it a little bit more. Ken can anti-air that kind of jump. You gotta be careful. Ooh, meaty stand roundhouse. That doesn't really have a mix-up with it. I guess you can link it out of on reaction, and it's kind of a mix-up with command grab. I don't know. I'd prefer if your meaties were something like either a plus frames normal, like I guess stand roundhouse is a plus frames normal. I was gonna say stand short, or like a command grab, or like blocking. That was nice. So right about to say I hope you bait here. Alright, that was pretty good. That was a nice combo to get. And this is nice. If I were you, I'd bait right now. I think this Ken's uppercutting. Oh, he jumped. You could have anti-aired that if you baited. Okay, it's still good. I'd still be in bait territory. What you're doing is working, so I can't cite you for it. It's doing good. But I think you took a lot of risks when you didn't need to. I think you were very hungry. I think you didn't need all of those in a row, you know what I mean? I think you're too focused on which of these two things am I going to do. And every single time you get in, you're like, I need to not waste this opportunity getting in. I think you were too hungry. I'd like to see a bit more like a slower paced birdie. I don't like these random bullhorns either. You've got a bunch of answers to fireballs. They're all mediocre, but you got a bunch of them. I'd like to see you pull out a little more. I'd like to see you pull out the chain and put it away or something like that. You like mid-range here? I like close. Okay, that time it worked for you. But that was mostly just Ken being dumb. Ken should wake up with medium uppercut or nothing. Nice. A block jump in is a pretty good take. Especially for a command grab. More pokes would stop things like that. Maybe just withstand strong at these ranges. It's really a button with almost no like risk, and you can empty cancel it into strong bullhead, which does quite a lot of damage. Where's all your meter going? It seems like you never have full bar. It's just all EX zonks. EX zonk is a pretty good counter to fireballs, but you can react to the fireball. You don't need to be doing this crazy risky shit. That was pretty risky. Was that a bait? I'm not gonna lie, it worked. I would have uppercutted there. I would have been like, oh shit. Here's a free punish. That combo dropped. You suck. If you did that right, it would have still killed, I think. That's true. Alright, well now. Oh, that was a pretty good take, or it would have been, but you didn't grab him. Normal throw is pretty good for grapplers because it doesn't carry the same risk as command grab. I'd like to see you normal throw him a bit more. If they neutral jump a normal throw, you get to anti-air them. If they neutral jump a command grab, you get destroyed. Brady's normal throw is pretty good. It looked like you went for a normal throw there, actually. So I'm sorry if I led you astray. You could have V-triggered that. That wouldn't have been a bad V-trigger, honestly. Should go without saying, but your EX Bullhorn becomes a better tool once you have V-trigger. That was pretty nice. I don't like how risky you play. I feel like I would like destroy this birdie just by holding down back and being careful and zoning. Oh, please. You need that stand strong. Stand strong should be your go-to for any unsafe normal. Birdie stand strong goes really far. You're using stand strong almost exclusively as a fucking tick into his light command grab. His light running bear. The hop thing. You should use the X one a bit more, I think. If that was an empty cancel, it was actually pretty good. Yeah, see, you're doing too much of that. It's working, so I can't fault it. That was no, I like that. Ugh, it should have been Crouch Fierce. You know about that combo? If you do one hit of EX Bullhead and then V trigger cancel, you can link Crouch Fierce and then a Zonk, and the input is EX Bullhead and then V trigger cancel, so both hard punch and hard kick, and you hold hard kick and you release hard punch. And then when you do the link, it's crouch hard punch into release hard kick. It's not very difficult, but it does a lot of damage. I think it's his max damage follow-up. That was a good anti-air, and that was a good jump, and that was a good take. It's a pretty good start. I like that a lot. That's the kind of wake up I would do a lot. But you're not baiting anything. It's 100%. You're always doing something. If I were this, can I be doing lots of uppercuts? Ugh. Alright, good low. Oh, pretty much exactly the same opening, except with a normal throw, which is less risky. I don't know. It worked. But what's this Ken doing? That time it looked like he tried to time a stand around Huss meaty, but like he just like back strong was too fast. That's not a very good anti-air. Normal one's a better anti-air. If you're holding two buttons, you can still release one. Low strong would have gotten that, I'm pretty sure. Low strong is a pretty godlike anti-air. I like that. I like that you pulled it out, but you should wait. You should wait for a fireball. You don't need to just do these things. You can react. Again, you got hit by the wake up back strong. Your meaty timings are all wrong. Back strong fierce is punishable from Ken. You can just stand strong that every time you see it. That was pretty nice. Only got one hit. That's unfortunate. I don't like that double jump, but whatever. You could have actually reacted out of the combo. That after a cross up, it's very good as Birdie to do stand short. And after the stand short, you can either use the stand short as by itself and then take into a command grab. So like jump over strong, stand short into throw. Or if you see the jump strong hit, you can do stand short into low strong, and that's a link. And then from that you can do the medium bullhead, and that does a lot of damage. Birdie is one of very few characters in this game with a light into medium confirm, and it's a good confirm. And stand short makes it really good tick normal because it's plus frames. It's plus the most of all of Birdie's normals, I'm pretty sure. I like these jump ranges. You actually could have hit him there. There you go. Look at that. That's what you should do every single time. That was just a punish. Ken's start combo was unsafe, and that was the correct punish there, I think. I like this range. You should always hang there. And you need to find Birdie's other pokes, because he's got a lot. And you're pretty much not using any of them. I liked when you got him in the corner, you were hanging outside through a range, and you were being annoying. And he didn't know what to do. He clearly didn't know what to do. But instead of, like, you abusing the fact that he didn't know what to do, like, you hit too many buttons and he got out. That was a pretty good punish from him. That's only, like, -5, right? The hard one? He hit his 4-frame stand short or whatever. You're using more Zonks than I would use. Zonk is mostly useful to go through fireballs, and this guy's not throwing that many. Zonk anti-air is kind of picky. I like low strong more. Forget to use them. When I mained Birdie, I did his poke so much I forgot to use anything else. I like that jab. Jab is a very non-committal button from Birdie. Alright, I like the donut. You're like, I'm kind of far away. I can eat one of these. Birdie has this big advantage that he forces opponents to come into him, even though he's a grappler, even though he plays the close range game pretty well. I'd like to see you eat more donuts whenever people are trying really hard to zone you. That could have been a confirm. You should always be ready with your confirm combos. That stand short, low strong. Should be ready for that. Oh, he can punish that, right? Pretty sure that's unsafe. -5. Or is it worse than that? Alright, he's dead, right? No, didn't hit. Okay, low short's good. A low confirm is pretty scary from a grappler, and Birdie has a pretty good low confirm. Low short, stand short, light bullhead. Yeah, this is a review. Fucking trying to analyze this Birdie play, make it better. It's okay to eat an overhead here and there. I don't really like the ranges you're jumping from, though. I feel like you should just walk in. That was nice. Walk in, stand strong. I wish you were doing that more. Your poke game looks a little bit more solid in this match than the previous ones. Ugh, but you still do something 100% of the time. It's so easy to read that you're going to do something. Most of the stuff you do is super risky. Like, he could have whiff punished that. He could punish any of these EX bullheads. He could fucking jump out. He could neutral jump out of the command grab, the jumping command grab. No, your Mika's pretty good, Izzo. Your Mika's honestly one of the best Mikas that I've interacted with. Probably the third best. Oh, that happened to work. I feel like you play Mika right, but I think the things you lose to, Mika also loses to. So I feel like Mika compounds your weaknesses but plays to your strengths. Mika kind of is the easiest character to beat someone with. probably the easiest character to lose with, too. When things go right with Mika, they go very right. And when they go wrong with Mika, they go very wrong. Oh, that could have been a big jump in. That was a good punish. Very good awareness there. Oh, why'd you do that? Was that a negative edge? You wanted the half circle back leg kick, perhaps? Hmm. I like these jumps. This Ken could be fucking you up with Shoryukens if you had good Shoryukens. If this was a better Ken, you'd be getting destroyed. I mean, that goes without saying, but like Ken's tools are good against your style of play. This guy just doesn't know what he's doing. No offense to this Ken. I really wish you'd use stand short in all the places where you're using crouch jab. Nice sneeze. That was actually a pretty good place to pull that out. Was that an early jump jab? Oh, you take so many risks. Please stop. Stop these. Just attack with safe normals. It's not like you're going to chip him out. Why are you doing all this unsafe shit? Just praying it's going to work? If you're going to pray, go to church. You do so much, like, gambles. Look at this. It's just hopeful. This is just hope play. Hope Street Fighter. I hope this works. Everything you do is canceled to something unsafe. I mean, he's not punishing very much. But that's still not like, you know... This isn't the play you're striving for. Did you try to jump out on reaction? You can't jump out of most supers in this game. Only try and jump out of like Laura's or Mika's. Most of them you just want to block and punish. Oh, anti-aired with the fire. The fire is not a great anti-air, in my experience. It does anti-air, but it also can trade or lose. If you're good with the timing, anti-air V-trigger works with Birdie. But, like, you can just do other better anti-airs. Most of the time if you do anti-air fire, you can't get a juggle out of it. Depends on the height. Damn, this has been a pretty long video. Yeah, EXDP would be working against a lot of these. Ken's EXDP is like 4 frames, right? Okay, I'm surprised that worked. Oh my god, this Laura. Please no. Try to block that overhead on reaction. It's not too hard. But even if you don't, it's neutral, so you can like mix in like normals and shit. Actually, Laura has a 3-frame normal and Birdie doesn't, so I'd probably just block. First of all, anytime that she does the fireball, EX Bullhorn punishes it, I think. Like, you can just hold an EX Bullhorn and release. But that's only if you have EX. Down towards Fierce is also pretty good at punishing it. Oh, you missed your down Fierce link. That would have killed him. If you do down towards Fierce, all you have to do is hit Laura. Like, anything that dodges fireballs or will hit her very quickly is good. And down towards Fierce is good because even if she releases the fireball immediately, like, you're still probably gonna hit her without it trading, because down towards Fierce dodges fireball hits. It's also not very unsafe. That was good reaction if it was reaction. But I have a sneaking suspicion it wasn't. Okay, that left short was good. You do so many reversals, dude. You do so much just unsafe crap. You could have command grabbed that. Laura has 3 different elbows. One of them goes upward, and you'll probably never see Laura's ever do it unless it's hitting you. But the other two, they look subtly different, but one of them is really punishable and the other one's safe. And it's an important skill to be able to distinguish them and punish the really punishable one. That was a punish jab, so that was kind of good. Okay. Pretty much no one, even like Daigo, would have been ready for a tick there. Good towards Fierce, I suppose. You're getting smashed by normals. You've got normals that can beat Laura's. Yeah, the stay medium kick is nice. You're hanging too close to him, I feel like. Birdie can play against Laura from a further range. Like, his normals go further than hers do. That's unfortunate. That normally works. I feel for you. Yeah, I like the banana. You should have... Okay, that's perfect. You should have linked into Stand Strong there. The banana slip, you've got a lot of time to link stuff. Stand Strong into the bullhead would have been better than just the bullhead by itself. Yeah, I'm really afraid of using EX. Afraid's the wrong word. I'm really careful with it. I use my meter very rarely. But I play characters where they don't use their meter that much, so it's not that big of a deal. Birdie can get away with using a lot of bar, but you weren't getting away with using a lot of bar. Well, you were because you weren't being punished, but like every single character you played had like punishes for most of your EX moves. Birdie Super is really good. I would agree with that. But Birdie's EX is good, but Birdie Super, in my opinion, Birdie's Super is better. But that's me. It depends on the matchup, honestly. The main thing about Birdie Super that makes it really good is that you can tack it onto any bullhead. It makes bullheads do so much damage. Birdie Super does so much damage. They like didn't think when they designed fucking the damage of that super. Why is Birdie's damage like 100 more than everyone else in every single scenario? Why isn't Zangief's damage that high? Why is Birdie's damage so much higher than Zangief's? I feel like overall, like you took way too many risks. That was like the biggest takeaway is that you just non-stop did stuff. Like even if all the stuff you did was safe, you did too much stuff. I think you need to wait and watch more. Most of the players you were fighting could have been easily dismantled just through patient play. And they could have been safely dismantled through patient play. But you dismantled them, like, unsafely. You know? It's like your strat could go wrong depending on how lucky the opponent is or depending on how good they are. You should learn your own block strings. You pretty much didn't pull out block strings at all. It's not like Birdie doesn't have them. It's not like Birdie can't just do low short, low jab. It's not like that's not a thing that exists, or like stand jab, stand strong, stuff like that. Birdie has lots of block strings. Smashed him with a rock instead of using a screwdriver. Yeah, that's pretty much what you did for the people you beat. And some of them were screws. That Dhalsim was a screw. Yeah, empty cancels to Birdie are really strong. I would say Birdie probably has the best empty cancel game of any character in Street Fighter V. He's got extremely high priority normals that lead to huge damage. And I would have liked to see more turtling. I kind of like that you pulled out the V reversal a little bit and you pulled out the V trigger quite a lot. I like that you used a lot of your V meter. I appreciate that. That was good. Um, I like that you did have a good punish ready most of the time. And your mix-up game was okay, although I think there was a little bit too much reliance on gimmicks. A good player will be able to get out of the half circle back leg kick on reaction most of the time. Maybe all the time. Um, so you pretty much got to use the EX one or just like sneak it in almost never. But you were sneaking it in like all the time, and it was working because people are bad. But you know, that only works. You should never rely on your opponent being bad in order to win. Maybe you can instead just be good. Um, Birdie, I feel like Birdie generally wants to get close. It really depends on the matchup. Birdie can hang back against Shotos and win. Birdie can hang back against Laura and win. Birdie should hang back against Laura and like Zangief and characters like that. And he should get close against characters like Dhalsim. Most of the time, Birdie can kind of play decently at any range. He wants to be a little close. He wants like the Vega range. He wants to be like close-ish with the ability to rapidly walk in or dash in and go for like a command grab or something. But he doesn't want to be so close that he's like point blank. He wants to be outside the opponent's poke ranges, but still inside his. That's like right around the range that Birdie wants to chill. And then you can get closer or farther away depending on what your needs are and depending on how your opponent is playing. But you didn't really spend that much time looking for that range. You spent all of your time looking for point blank. Birdie bad at opening people up? That's a little true. I don't think it's that true. It's kind of true. Birdie is a little bad at opening people up. I wouldn't say really bad. He does have an overhead. He does have a command grab. These are useful tools for opening people up, even if the overhead is kind of slow and even if the command grab's range isn't that hot. Um, he also gets counter hits decently easily. But he doesn't have as true a mix-up as like Laura or Mika or Zangief has. Those characters are more terrifying up close than Birdie is. I'd agree with that. I would have liked for you to get in and just like punish. I think you should have been focusing more on punish play against those players. I think you didn't choose your battles at all. I think you just went nuts against like every single opponent. It was just like, okay, well, I'm in. Time to roll the dice, either command grab or fucking stand strong into command grab or like stand strong into dash punch. That's just it. That's you just did one of three things. Those are two of the more unsafe things. I wouldn't even recommend those. Those are good, don't get me wrong. Forward hard punch gives you that armor, but it's unsafe on block. So you really want to use it when you see the opponent is doing a lot of just like big pokes, like Chun-Li Stand Roundhouse or like any Dhalsim normal. Slide can be safe a lot of the time against a lot of characters because it's only -5, and you can make it safer by doing it from further away. And it goes under fireballs and stuff, but actually going under a fireball with it is really difficult. But like it's not very committal. Most characters can't easily punish it, and it's very difficult to counter hit. So you could maybe use that a little bit. Well, the folks I would say you should be using, that you should be looking for, are probably stand strong a lot more without a cancel, or maybe just empty canceled. Um, Maybe stand short, stand jab, low jab. Those are like the main ones. And then like low forward and stand forward. And then occasionally something like towards roundhouse or towards fierce or down forward fierce. Towards roundhouse isn't that risky. You could pull it out as much as you want to. It's not a bad normal. That's pretty much my advice based on watching all that.